Fried Bacon Ramen by Nicholas Dakota. Here's what we'll need. Beef ramen. Take it out the packet. Here's a half a packet. 2 strips of bacon. Some green onions. Garlic. About that much. Half a tablespoon of oil. Okay, so what people don't know is you can sharpen a knife with porcelain. So if you have a porcelain plate, you can flip it over. And what you want to do is you're using your elbow and your hips in a kind of a sliding motion. You're not using your wrist. And then put it on a honing knife if you have one. So let's do some basic cutting techniques. Don't do that. Tuck those suckers in. Keep the enemies across the lines there. You want to use a sliding up and down motion with your knife and ensure that you have a great cut. So that's simple. So let's try cutting some green onions. I use a lot of green onions in a lot of my cooking, especially in this dish. I think it really brings out a nice color, also brings out a great flavor to the dish. Let's go ahead and try cutting with some bacon. Now I like to do the flap and fold method. And you want to make sure that you have a really sharp knife. As you can see, I have to take a couple passes through each time to ensure that I'm getting a nice uniform slice. So you just want to make sure you have a good steady sharp knife. But this is home cooking, so we use what we got, right? I mean, we're college students, we can't afford Henkels, but there you go. So what do we got? We got onions, bacon, garlic, packet, oil, only half the seasoning packet, and ramen. So the first thing you want to do is we're going to get the pot of water boiling. And once it starts boiling, you want to go ahead and put your ramen packet in the hot water. Get your pan going, turn it up to about 7 or 8, start heating that up. At about a minute 30, you want to flip that ramen over. And then about 2.5 minutes, you kind of want to take your fork and lightly toss it, kind of ensuring that you're breaking up all the noodles. And I know it's ramen, but you're treating this more like it's a quality dish, and I think that's where a lot of the flavor comes out. Now go ahead and put your oil in your pan and kind of swish it around there, get it nice and lubricated. And you want a hot pan. Let's go ahead and add our bacon and get that cooking. You can hear that nice sizzle. And don't forget, you kind of want to continue to check your ramen at this point. Um, so as we're cooking our bacon, we're going to wait about 30 seconds or so. And then we'll turn the heat down just because we don't want that bacon to cook too quick before the noodles are done. We'll go ahead and add our garlic. And mix that up a little bit, make it nice, get that flavor all up in there. Delicious. Look at that. We'll go ahead and add our green onions. You want to wait towards almost the end of your dish because green onions really take a very little time to cook, and there's nothing worse than a wilted green onion. Now it takes 3 minutes for your ramen to cook, so you want to quickly strain that and go ahead and just add it into your ramen pan as your bacon and green onions are cooking, just like that. Go ahead and add your tablespoon of water and half the seasoning packet. If you like the whole seasoning packet, that's on you, but it is very salty and high in sodium, so mix that very quickly just to incorporate everything. You want to make sure all the noodles get that nice flavor. I do like the beef packet a little better than the chicken. It does work a little better. So there we go. So let's plate this up. And there we go. From finish to end, you're looking at about 3.5 minutes. And enjoy.